So Sunday rolls around and I want to make a video showcasing all the cool stuff I've been doing in this new game I've been making. But what if I did it in VR? Anyway, fast track like a week and I am now way off schedule, but I've got this cool thing, I figured out how to do it, and you know what, I'm pretty proud of that. Before I show off this cool game, however, let's rewind a bit. I want to talk a little bit about how I got into game development and why I do it. It was around 2018 and I was playing Counter-Strike religiously. I had my own competitive team. I clocked in like over 5 hours on average every day, but when I hit around 5,000 hours played on Steam, I realized let's do something productive with my life. So obviously I had a passion for video games and I tried making videos of Counter-Strike and Minecraft. Those were fun and they were really cool to make, but they eventually petered out. I think it was at this point that a growing friend of mine at the time, he pointed me towards Unity and he was like, hey, let's make a game together. And I was like totally blown away. I thought that was the awesomest thing in the world, which I guess, well, it turned out to be awesome enough that I'm still doing it to this day. But my laptop couldn't even contemplate what a JPEG was, let alone run 2 Chrome tabs. So he was in Unity and programming while I was stuck in Blender. I learned how to model. You see these planets right here were actually the first models I created for that game. And if you look really closely, you can actually see that they're slowly rotating. And now you can't unsee that. After a while though, I did save up enough money, and after browsing YouTube for a week, I felt comfortable enough to assemble a parts list and start ordering them. I built it, and for some magical reason, some miracle, that it worked the first time. Obviously, I did end up downloading a ton of games and wasting a lot of free time, but then I realized, hey, I can run Unity now. So I got into that, and my idea was to make, I don't have finger rigs set up yet, so air quotes. So I decided to end up making a simple puzzle game with Blake to learn the ropes of Unity, and he could teach me a little bit of programming. So I ended up spending a year on this simple puzzle game, and this was actually probably one of the most proudest moments of my life. I ended up releasing it to Steam, which was mind-blowing. Right after Duality, I ended up trying to build this open world multiplayer zombie survival game, which was a very bad idea and it didn't end up going anywhere. But then me and Blake, we heard the call to arms. The internet was gearing up to go raid Area 51, and so we, after a couple skipped nights of sleep, released just a few days before They Can't Stop All of Us, which was a free-to-play game based around the meme. It was really fun to make, and I thoroughly enjoyed working on it. And it even netted me like $400. And what did I do with that $400? Well, the Rift S had just come out, and so I immediately bought it and proceeded to lose all my free time. But I guess it ended up for a good cause because I was able to make this cool VR game to show off my non-VR game in. And I believe this brings us back to Zor. I spent a few months prototyping different games and they all petered out. It was getting stressful because I had just turned 17 and I needed something to show for these years of investment. Even with a couple released titles, I wanted something cool to point at and say, hey, I made that. Don't get me wrong, the other games are cool, I learned a lot, but Duality is literally made of cubes, and They Can't Stop All of Us isn't exactly a graphical masterpiece. A good friend of mine messaged me to join in another D&D campaign, and I have a history of unique characters, so I wanted to one-up the last one. I had our DM rummage through the depths of his library trying to find a sheet that would fit my new creation. The origin story goes a little something like this. The most powerful wizard in all the land, he trips on a rock. The wizard, in a fit of rage, brings the rock to life. How dare you get in my... I can't do an old man voice. He asks how dare it get in his way. The rock, only having been living for a few seconds, rightfully remains silent, returning its confused but fierce stare at the wizard. The wizard casts the rock away, and I now enter the campaign as an intelligent rock golem thing. After a few weeks of delays, however, the campaign was binned. But I couldn't stop thinking about this new character. I'd been imagining all the cool things it could do, what my creation struggles were, what its weaknesses, its personality. I basically got way too into it. At the time, I had this cool demo for something I had been prototyping. It was that zombie game. After optimizing Unity's pathfinding with a new A-star algorithm, I had thousands of zombies running around. I had a pretty good multiplayer framework set up, and I was pretty proud of it. But it had to all go on hold. I had a new, better idea, a shiny new gem of possibilities and potential. I quickly realized the scope, and I needed more people to bring this dream alive. I brought on lots of people from various Discord communities, and not many made the cut. In the newest blog post on our website, it shows people brought on to help envision what I was creating, like Philip, making these illustrations behind me, cool pictures, and some more stuff. And then Reyes, who made the player model based on Philip's artwork. They're both really talented, and I really appreciate them working for free. They do both do commissions, so if you want to have cool stuff like this, you can just go click on their things. And I believe we're now all caught up. That brings us to today. So join me next time as we delve into the depths of this new project. And if you want to check out what I'm doing at this current moment, go ahead and join the Discord server in the description to say hi. As always, I hope I made your day a little awesomer, and I'll see you boys next time.